Have you ever walked into a public restroom, noticed that the toilet paper dispenser was empty, and thought, oh, great, now I have to go buy some more toilet paper? Probably not. But women can identify with that situation. Every time you walk into a public restroom, you experience one of the most widely accepted double standards. The entire world is telling you that men can have all of their sanitary needs met. But that whole bleeding thing that women do, that's their problem. Every day, women miss school or work because of an unexpected period. These are hours that no man will ever miss. Now, just to be clear, when I say women, I'm talking about anybody that has a uterus that experiences a period. Now, to combat these unexpected periods, they have these dispensers in restrooms that'll give you a tampon or a pad, but it'll cost you $0.25 if you ever have one. They're not in every restroom, and a lot of times they're out of stock or even broken. Furthermore, universities have been supplying free condoms since the 80s because it was believed to be a public health issue, and condoms would benefit both men and women. But sex is a choice. I never chose to have a period. Do you think it would be an important enough public health issue if women were to bleed through their pants all the time? Is that what it would take? Women deserve so much more. Feminine hygiene products should be free and available in all public restrooms. Toilet paper, paper towels, toilet seat covers, soap, running water, all free and readily available, yet no tampons or pads when half the population needs them just as much. Sorry. Oh, okay, I got it. Allow me to give you a little bit of perspective. Every month, the day before my period begins, I wake up at 5 a.m. because of a migraine. My doctor calls these menstrual migraines, and he tells me they're the hardest to treat. I take a pill every day to deal with those. Now, the cramps will usually start the night before my period, and I might sleep through those if I remember to take ibuprofen before bed. The actual bleeding will start sometime between the moment I get out of bed and the minute I sit down in that one class that doesn't do bathroom breaks. Now, if it wasn't a particularly busy morning, I will be ready and packing, loaded, all the tampons. But say my period comes early. Say my period comes late. Say I bring the wrong bag. Say I'm running late. I have to call up every girlfriend I know and see if maybe she's on campus and maybe she has a spare tampon. If that doesn't work, I gotta get real friendly with the girls in this class I'm in. If there even are any girls in that class. And if I'm out of luck there, I have to go home. That is my participation grade. That is important lecture that I'm missing. And if I've already bled through my pants, that is my walk of shame. And you know what? I'm one of the lucky ones. because I consistently get the signs right before my period shows up. Not every woman gets that. Not everybody gets her period at the same time every month. Not everybody gets her period every month. So is it too much to ask for a little bit of support from my community? Am I not already paying enough? I already got the God-given short end of the stick with the whole period, birth, menopause, all in one lifetime. How about a little backup? You know, a cycle is something that should be celebrated. And yet, we get to live in a society where men, women, and children are conditioned to believe that a menstrual cycle is something to hide, that it's something to be ashamed of, that it's unclean. That stigma is the driving force that is keeping free feminine hygiene products out of your restrooms. And the root of that stigma is the fact that the half of the population that doesn't have a uterus doesn't understand what's going on with the half of the population that does. Yes, almost all women have a period. They come almost every month. They last about a week, and they're a sign of fertility. If I really wanted to drive it home, I could tell you that you would not have even been conceived had your mother not had her period. The menstrual cycle is this amazing, fully functional process that our bodies go through so that we can make a baby or not. Let me break it down for you. Women have this thing called a uterus. Every month, the inner lining of this uterus thickens because the uterus is getting ready to make a baby. That way, when one of those eggs comes from one of these uterus things on the side, it'll stick to that inner lining. Now, say this woman doesn't want to have a baby. That's okay. The egg is not fertilized, the lining is shed, and it comes out through the vagina as a period. It is a perfectly natural process, and yet because we are talking about blood coming out of a vagina, we have placed all of these negative connotations on it. Allow me to crush a few misconceptions for you now. No, women cannot hold it. No, toilet paper won't work instead. No, a girl in a bad mood does not correlate to her being on her period. And no, one tampon or pad will not last me the whole time. That might last me half the day. No, we're not exaggerating about the cramps. In fact, a very close friend of mine is out for the first 3 days of her period on prescription-grade muscle relaxers because of those cramps. No, not everybody needs the maxi pads all the time. And no, sharks and bears are not going to attack me if I go camping or swimming while on my period. And like I said, not every woman has a perfectly regular cycle. In fact, a lot of women are on birth control just to regulate that cycle. The fact that these are all topics of question is a sign. We, as a population, need to make an active effort to adjust the way people of all sexes see a menstrual cycle. The fact, with our current health education, boys my age should not still be asking those questions. This is a revolution, and it is time we get used to the idea of a menstrual cycle. And this affects boys too, because they're going to be seeing these products in their restrooms as well. That's right. Not everybody that has a uterus identifies as female, and uses the woman's restroom. Yes. Here we are. Normalize what is natural, because this is an everyday struggle for women, and it's time we get rid of the added anxiety of social stigma. Surround the women you know with kindness and support. Actively seek out communities that are already working towards this goal. It's as easy as signing a petition or joining a club. Here at my university, we have a club. It's called Free the Toiletry, and it's a great place to start. Thank you. All over the country, communities are working towards this goal, too. Did you know 12 states in the US have made feminine hygiene products exempt from sales tax? That's amazing. And the city of New York has decided to provide free feminine hygiene products in all jails, homeless shelters, and public schools. Emory College, Reed College, Connecticut College, University of Arizona, University of Minnesota, Duke, Columbia, Brown, and more either already have these on their campuses or are on their way. People all over the country are coming alongside the women they know and saying, I see your struggle, and I am with you. Let's be a part of that. Take a step towards equalizing our restrooms and normalizing what is natural. Be aware of what women go through every month and understand that this is a natural part of women's lives. Fight the social construction placed upon you that suggests that a menstrual cycle is something to be ashamed of, that it's unclean. Choose to support equality through your actions, because this is a restroom revolution, and I want to be able to walk into any restroom and see dispensers fully stocked with free feminine hygiene products. Thank you.